So this is a review of the function notation and the function scavenger hunt that we very briefly started on Friday. So if you weren't here, then this is new to you, but if you were here, this is a review of what we were doing. So I wanted to remind you how to do this and how you're using your calculator to do that. Okay, so I just brought up the paper that you have for your scavenger hunt, and then I have one example that I'm going to work through on the calculator. So this is how you're going to be writing this on your paper. So let's say that this is the first one that you're starting with. It doesn't have to be, but if this is the first one you're starting with, you're going to write what's given. So we're given h of x equals x squared minus 8x. We're going to write that over here in the given, so I'm going to do that. So given h of x equals x squared minus 8x. Then it says find over here on the right hand side, we're going to find h of negative 4. So I'm going to write that h of negative 4 equals, and then I'm going to get an answer, and that answer is going to lead me to the next problem. So the way I'm going to get that answer is by using my calculator. Remember, you can also just plug this number in, but I'm going to encourage you to use your calculator to check your answer if you do that. All right, so using my calculator, there are two ways I showed. So probably the most common way is going to be to add a graph. So I'll show you that. Add a graph. So our equation says h of x over here. That's okay that our calculator says f of x. We want it in function notation, so we're just going to leave it like that. So we're going to type in our equation, x squared minus 8x. Then you have to push enter. So there's our graph. We want to know what is h of negative 4. So we want to know when x is negative 4, what is y? That's what they're asking us to do. That x is negative 4, right? That x is negative 4. So to do that, we're going to do menu, trace, graph trace. And so it automatically puts a point at 0, 0. That's the y-intercept of this graph. We want to go to negative 4. So if I just start typing negative 4, it pops up in the middle of my screen, x equals negative 4. So I'm going to enter and say, yes, I want to go to where x is negative 4. So when I do that, push enter, here is my answer. When x is negative 4, y is 48. So my answer to this problem is 48. So back on my paper, h of negative 4 equals 48. So that's what I'm going to write here, 48. And then that answer, 48, should be on one of the other scavenger hunt papers. So you're going to go find where it says previous answer should be 48, and that would be your next problem. So then on your paper, you're going to write the next problem, and then you're going to do that too. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you briefly how to do the other one. So I'm going to find the one that says 48. There it is. Okay, it happens to be the next one in my document here. So my next one is, my bad. Oh, here we go. 48. 5 minus 9x. So I'm going to write that on my paper here. So h of x equals 5 minus 9x. Okay. And then I'm finding h of 8. So h of 8 equals, and then I'm looking for my answer. So this is what I wrote on my paper. So 48 led me to this problem, 5 minus 9x. We're looking for h of 8. Okay. All right, so using my calculator, again, you could do the graph page again. You would just do home, new document. No, you don't want to save. You could add a new graph and start all over. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it with a calculator, though. So using a calculator, we can type in just this part of the equation. We don't have to put the h of x equals. We can just put 5 minus 9x. So I'm going to type in 5 minus 9x. And then I can push control equals and the vertical line. That tells my calculator I want to evaluate this expression when x equals, so in this one, x equals 8, right? They replace the x with an 8, so x equals 8. So all my calculator is doing is it's taking that 8 and it's plugging it in right there for that x, and it simplifies. So when I push enter, there it is, negative 67. So h of 8 equals negative 67. So if you actually did that math, if you plug 8 in right here, negative 9 times 8 would be negative 72. 5 minus 72 is negative 67. Okay, so then back on my paper, I'm going to write h of 8 equals negative 67. That's my answer. And so now I'm going to go back to all of the papers hanging up around the class, and you're looking for negative 67 as the previous answer. That will lead you to your next problem. All right, so let me know if you have any questions, but hopefully that helps on the scavenger hunt and getting that finished up.